Friends, no matter how confused life may be, it is true that there is no problem that cannot end. No matter how deep the darkness is, the morning light is certain. Similarly, sorrow, anxiety, fear, and depression surround you. There is a path that can erase everything, and that path is the right knowledge and awareness. What you will hear here is not just a word, but a living experience that will change your thinking and lighten every burden from within you. Welcome to our channel, where together we will understand the depths of life and find a way to get rid of every trouble. If you want this knowledge and this association to remain constant in your life, then join our channel today and become a part of this spiritual family. It was a long time ago, when rivers of knowledge were shed on the land of India, and saints used to explain the secrets of life to their disciples. At the same time, a guru was sitting among his disciples. There was compassion in his eyes and a deep calmness on his face. But there was such an edge in his speech that could break the sleep of anyone's mind. They were saying that the greatest weapon of man is his mind and his intellect. Just as a warrior sharpens the edge of the sword, so as not to be defeated in war. Similarly, a seeker should make his intellect so sharp that no situation can disturb him. Hearing this, curiosity arose in the minds of the disciples that why is the guru saying like this? Is making the intellect sharp just to win in the debate, or is there some other deep secret hidden behind it? Then a disciple named Udiang stood up. He said in a humble voice, "Gurudev, you say that we should sharpen our intellect so much that the person in front accepts defeat. But isn't this ego? Isn't this a sense of humiliation to others?" The guru looked at him, smiling, and said in a calm voice, "Udayan, the question you have asked will take you to the right answer. Sharpening the intellect never means insulting others. Rather, it means that there should be so much understanding and conscience within you that no negativity can deter you. No difficult situation can make you fail, and no temptation can bring you down. The real victory is not on the person in front, but on the ignorance and attachment within one's own. This is the reason why Buddha had taught his disciples to make your intellect so strong that your mind should always be steady towards truth and religion." Guru further said that life is a long journey, and at every step in this journey, you will get temptation, attachment, and disorder. If your intellect is weak, then you will get caught in momentary pleasures and lose your life. But if your intellect is sharp, then you will be able to recognize all these situations and rise above them. The real job of a seeker is to test his thoughts, just as a goldsmith burns gold again and again so that it is pure and shiny. In the same way, you will also have to heat your thoughts again and again so that ignorance and illusion are removed from them. The disciples were listening carefully to to the words of the Guru, and many questions were arising in his mind. Another disciple, whose name was Vasuda, asked Gurudev, "Is it enough to only acquire knowledge? Is this the edge of the intellect that you are talking about?" The Guru looked at him and said, "Vasudhara alone is not enough to have knowledge. It is as if someone has many swords, but they are rusted. Real intelligence is the one that gives you the ability to make the right decisions at the right time, which gives you the strength to understand others and improve yourself. This intelligence does not come only from books. It comes from self-reflection, meditation, and experience." The Guru narrated a story to the disciples. He said, "A long time ago, a young man lived in a village whose name was Acharyan. He was very smart. He would learn any task quickly and move ahead of others. People admired him, and he himself was proud of his skills. Gradually, his pride turned into arrogance, and he started thinking that now he does not need to learn anything from anyone. One day, he met a monk whose life was very simple. The monk had neither a palace, nor wealth, nor ornaments, only a cloth and a begging vessel. The young man thought, "How can this monk be better than me, whereas I have a lot of knowledge and skills?" But when he looked into the eyes of the monk, he saw such peace and depth that he had never seen in his life. At that moment, he understood that real intelligence is not in external knowledge, but in inner simplicity and humility. The young man's ego gradually broke down, and he asked the monk politely, "Sir, what is this condition in which you live, where condemnation does not hurt you, and praise does not make you arrogant?" The monk smiled and said that this is the edge of the real intellect. When you conquer your mind, then only you will be called a winner in the true sense. Hearing this story of the Guru, the disciples drowned in deep thought. They understood that making the intellect sharp means to control one's mind. He who conquers his mind conquers the world. The Guru further said that you have to practice to follow this path. Look at your thoughts every day. Test your feelings and sit in meditation and calm your inner movement. Gradually, your mind will become like a stable lake, in which no outside air will be able to create waves. This stability will make you prudent, and this conscience will sharpen your intellect so much that no situation can defeat you. The real war of life is not outside, but inside. The enemy outside will die one day, but the inner enemies, anger, greed, ego, jealousy, will survive until you defeat them with your intellect. The Guru paused his speech, and the disciple sat silently. The atmosphere was so calm that even the wind had stopped. Then the Guru gestured with his hand and said, "Now I will tell you the thread which will not only make you intelligent, but will also fill you with success and joy in life. It is not enough just to acquire knowledge, but to bring it into life is the real sadhana. Your habits make up your future. No big goal is achieved suddenly. It is achieved by continuous practice of small steps and right habits. That's why I am now going to tell you 10 such habits that will strengthen your soul, will sharpen your intellect, and take you forward in the right direction. The Guru first told about the power of gratitude. He said that when you wake up in the morning, before getting out of bed, look at the sky with folded hands and give thanks to God for the 3 things that have made your life better. This practice is short but miraculous. For example, a seeker whose name was Samarendra, as soon as he woke up every morning, he would only think about his problems and would be immersed in the same worry throughout the day. His face was always covered with sadness. One day, following the advice of the Guru, he started expressing his gratitude in the morning. On the first day, he thought that there was nothing special in his life. But as soon as he looked deeply, he found that he was breathing. His family is healthy and has food. He thanked them for this. Slowly, his mind started changing. His face was happy and positive energy was filled in him. This is the power of gratitude. He who is grateful has more good opportunities in his life because his heart remains open. After this, the Guru explained the importance of exercise. He said, "The body is the vehicle of the mind. If this vehicle itself is weak, then how will you reach the destination? Take some time out for your body every day. This exercise can be running, yoga, or pranayama. For example, a prince named Vivekananda. He was so immersed in his comforts that the body became jazzy. A monk made him practice yoga and running every day. Within a few months, his body changed, and at the same time, his mind also became more stable and concentrated. When the body is healthy, then only the mind becomes easy to cultivate. The Guru threw light on the 3rd habit, and that was the goal setting. He said that the person who does not plan his day keeps wandering. Life keeps pushing him around. But the person who writes the 3 most important tasks of the next day before sleeping and focuses on the same, he moves towards success. Anirudh, one of the disciples, always left the work incomplete. The Guru gave him this practice. He slowly learned that if 3 tasks are completed, then the day becomes meaningful. Within a few months, his life changed, and he started fulfilling his goals. The 4th habit was self-discipline. The Guru said that without self-discipline, success is impossible. The person who avoids work by being deceived by his mind, he never progresses. Discipline is the power that keeps you even in difficulties. He gave an example. A businessman whose name was Dayaram used to postpone work all the time, and his business gradually started going into losses. When he adopted self-discipline and started completing his work on time, his business flourished again. The Guru told the fifth habit, learning something new every day. He said that what stops learning slowly starts falling down. The world is constantly changing, and the person who keeps on increasing his knowledge, he progresses. Disciple Rajendra would read a chapter of a book every day and learn new things. This opened his mind, and he started bringing newness in his work. This lesson makes him stand out from the crowd. The sixth habit was to eat a good and balanced diet. The Guru said that your body becomes what you eat. Talabuna, stale and unhealthy food weakens both your body and mind. A disciple, Ambarish, used to eat unbalanced food every day, and his mind was always irritable. When he followed the advice of the Guru and adopted sattvic food, his nature also became calm and happy. Food is not just a means of filling the stomach, it affects your consciousness. The seventh habit was to spend time with family and true friends. The Guru said, "These people give you strength. Everyone in the world can use you for your selfishness. But family and true friends love unconditionally." Once a disciple was very sad. Then his brother and mother supported him. This saved him from breaking. So, it is important to spend time with your loved ones. The eighth habit was self-reflection. Take some time every day only for yourself. Sit alone and think about your mistakes and goodness. This opens the way for self-improvement. The Guru said, when you look inside yourself, then only you really grow. The ninth habit was time management. Guru said, live every day properly. If the day goes in vain, the month will be in vain, and the year will also go in vain. When disciple Anandi learned time management, he started doing more work in less time, and he got ahead of others. The 10th habit was to sleep early and get up early. Guru said that morning is full of divinity. The person who wakes up early in the morning gets time for meditation, exercise, and study. This time gives a new direction to your life. The Guru said, if you adopt these habits, then gradually you will see a new form within you. You will not only get external success, but you will also get peace and bliss from within. The Guru looked at the disciples and said that till now, I have explained to you how to make your intellect sharp and by which habits the path of success opens. But all these things come alive only when you see them as experiences and examples. Man's heart changes with stories and experiences, not logic. That's why I will tell you some stories that will go deep into your mind and show you the truth of life. The first story is of a woodcutter. A long time ago, two woodcutters lived in a huge forest. One was named Janaka, and the other was named Balan. Yanuk had been cutting wood for 8 years and thought that he was an expert in his work. One day, Balan competed with him and said that I will cut more trees than you. Yanuk wondered How is this possible? I am experienced, and this is new. In the morning, both went to the forest. Yanak continued to wield the axe without stopping, while Balin used to stop in between. When the counting was done till evening, it was found that Balin cut 2 trees from Yanak. Yanak was surprised and asked, "You kept resting in between. Yet, how more trees were cut than me?" Balin said in a calm voice, "I did not rest, no. But it is necessary to sharpen the means and intelligence as well. The axe in the life of a human being is his mind and his intellect. If it becomes blunt, then even after working hard, the result will be less. That is why Buddha said, make your intellect so sharp that no difficulty in life can defeat you." The Guru further narrated the second story, which belonged to a merchant. This merchant went abroad and kept earning money by staying there for many years. When he returned, he saw his wife with a young man and suspected that my wife was unbeliever. In anger, he decided that he would kill both. But then his eyes fell on a verse written on the wall, in which it was written that the decision made often causes calamity. It is the decision made with discretion that brings prosperity. The merchant stopped and thought and knocked on the door. The wife woke the young man from within and said, "Look, your father has returned." Then the merchant came to know that this young man was his own son, who was young years ago and has now become young. Tears welled up in the merchant's eyes. He understood that doubt destroys life. This is the reason why Buddha says that conscience is the biggest weapon. The Guru narrated the third story that belonged to the king of Chandangpur. The king wanted all religions to be united. He called all the scholars and said that you discuss all religion and philosophy and come to a conclusion. The debate went on for several days, but could not be unanimous. Then a Mahatma came and said, "Rajan, have you seen food grains in the go-down? If you are told to remove all kinds of grains and keep only one grain, will it be possible?" The king said no. Nature has given us different grains, and each has its own taste and nutrition. The Mahatma said that just as grains are diverse, so are religion and thoughts different. Everyone has their own importance. Everyone has their own utility. Hearing this, the king understood that diversity is the power of life. The Guru said to the disciples, "Now I will tell you some such stories which are related to difficulties and sorrows. Because unless you understand suffering, you cannot understand the truth of life." A king was disappointed in losing the battle. He went into the forest and saw a spider weaving a web again and again. "Every time I fall, but try again." Eventually, he completed the net. The king thought, if a small spider did not give up, then why should I give up? He again organized the army and won. This story teaches us that falling is not a defeat. Losing is only when we stop getting up. In another story, a farmer's donkey fell into the pit. The farmer thought that it would not come out, so he started filling the pit with soil. But every time the donkey would sweep the soil falling on him and climb on it. Eventually, he came up and got out of the pit. The guru said, "This donkey teaches us that difficulties come to suppress us. But if we make them a ladder, then the same difficulties lift us up." The guru narrated another story in which a king was disappointed and said to his minister, "Is there anything that will give me patience in sorrow and save me from ego in happiness?" The minister made a ring and wrote on it, "This time will also pass." The king saw it in every situation and maintained balance. In the end, said that sorrows and difficulties are not the test of our life, but opportunities. When gold is heated in fire and beaten with a hammer, then, only then, it becomes an ornament. The world will test you every day. Sometimes people will condemn you. Sometimes circumstances will bring you down. Sometimes your mind will stand against you. He conquered the mind. A long time ago, Koru was teaching his disciples the deep secrets of life. The young disciples sitting around him were curious because today's teaching was different. The guru said in a calm voice, "The birth of a man is rare, and this body which you have got is not just a structure of flesh and bones, but the temple of your soul. If you make this temple dirty yourself, then how will God or peace reside in it?" The biggest tragedy of life is that man loses his power with his own hands. If you think that a king has a stock of gold, and if he robs his wealth by getting drunk, will he be called intelligent? Similarly, when a man smokes moderately or misuses his semen power, then he loses his most valuable property. This is the reason why the scriptures and Arshi have repeatedly warned to avoid these habits because it slowly leads you to the abyss. The guru first discussed smoking. He said, "Smoking is a poison that slowly eats the body. Small particles of smoke go into the lungs and grab them, and gradually they start shortening their breath of life. I have seen how many people start with just one cigarette, and then it becomes a chain, not a habit. They say we will leave whenever we want. But the truth is that habits catch a person, and it is not so easy to leave. Smoking not only makes the body sick, but the mind also becomes deranged. The person who is dependent on cigarette smoke loses his concentration. His confidence falls, and gradually he becomes a slave. It is said in the scriptures that one who fills his own body with root, how will he move forward on the path of knowledge? After this, the guru discussed drinking. He said that alcohol is the fire that does not burn from outside and burns from inside. The person who drinks it thinks that I am forgetting the sorrow, but the truth is that he is forgetting his conscience. Alcohol takes away his greatest capital from man, and that is the power to make decisions. Once there was a merchant in a city. His name was Madhaven. He was smart, and had succeeded in business. But slowly, he started drinking. At first, he said only for pleasure among friends. Then said only to get rid of fatigue. Slowly, the wine became his master. One day, he made such a big deal while intoxicated that the whole business sank. Friends went away. The family broke up and eventually died like a beggar. The guru said to the disciples, "This is the same man who used to think that I was controlling alcohol. But in the end, the alcohol took control of him." This is its biggest hoax. It first promises bliss and finally gives destruction. Then the guru spoke on the deepest subject. He said that this is the power that the Arshas have called the exorcism, sharp, and self-confidence. It is not just the body matter, but the energy of life, which gives you knowledge, memory, strength, patience, and attraction. The person who wastes this power gradually becomes weak, sick, and weak. It is written in the Puranas that semen is the basis of intelligence, memory, and age. If you shed it, your eyes will lose its brightness. The depth of your thoughts will dry up, and your self-confidence will be broken. The guru gave an example. In ancient times, a young man whose name was Sharpen. He was very talented. His mind was engaged in studies, but he could not control his senses and was immersed in his desires day and night. Slowly, his face started withering. Missed studies. The body became sick and his future became bleak. Whereas one of his friends, Vikram, who kept restraint and followed celibacy, he later became a great scholar and spread light in the lives of the people. The guru said this difference was only because one saved his energy and the other lost him. The guru said, if you think that these habits only affect personal life, then you are wrong. Society is also affected by these habits. If a father is a victim of drugs, then his children remain unhappy. The family breaks down. If a young man is a slave to desires, then his character falls and insecurity spreads in the society. It is not just the weakness of one person, but the weakness of the whole society. That's why Buddha said that restraint is religion. The guru took a deep breath and said, remember that there is no greater victory than self-control. It is easy to conquer thousands in war, but it is difficult to win one's own mind. The person who becomes the master of his habits is the true winner. So, my disciples, quit smoking because it steals your breath. Leave the mid-drink because it takes away your conscience, and let go of the destruction of semen, because it destroys the power of your soul. When you are free from these three, then that light will burn within you, which will never be extinguished. You will see that your body will be strong, the mind will be stable, and the soul will be happy. This is the real joy of life. A long time ago, he lived in a city called Sharpen, a very rich businessman whose name was Sudhakar Sen. He was seen as brilliant in appearance, humble in practice, and unique in intelligence. The townspeople would discuss his business skills and say that this young man would one day be richer than the treasury. In fact, Sudhakar Sen had learned the nuances of business at an early age. His heart was charitable, his voice was sweet, and his works had an impression of hard work and truth. But the biggest test in life is not to get wealth or fame, but to handle it. When a man reaches the pinnacle of success, only then the most dangerous temptations come in front of him. The same exam also came in front of Sudhakar Sen. One day, there was a big festival in the city. His friends said, "Come, Sudhakar, today is the night of bliss. Glasses should collide, because the real fun of life lies in this." Sudhakar Sen refused at first, but on repeated requests from friends, he said okay. Only one sip. That one sip became the biggest turning point of his life. Initially, he felt that there was no harm in it. He said, "I am drinking just to get rid of fatigue, like people drink syrup." But gradually, that sip started increasing. In the first month, once or twice again in the week. Intoxication is a visitor who does not come by knocking on the door, but gradually enters inside and becomes the owner of the house. Sudhakar Sen also started becoming a slave of alcohol. After returning from business, he would keep a bottle of wine in his room and say that it is my companion to remove my stress. But he did not know that this companion is the enemy of his soul. Gradually, his decisions started going wrong. Earlier, where he used to act with clarity and carefulness in deals, now there was haste and carelessness. One day, one of his servants told him, "Swami, this deal is not right. We will suffer in this." But Sudha, who was intoxicated, laughed and said, "What do you know business? I know everything." And in fact, the same deal was the beginning of his waste. When the Guru was narrating this story to the disciples, he said, "Look, even a wise and successful person like Sudhakar Sen was defeated by the temptation of a glass. This is the reason why Buddha has said that the one who controls his senses is the true rich. Conscience is more valuable than wealth or fame. If conscience is lost, then all wealth is soil." Sudhakar Sen's downfall started slowly. His friends, who used to praise his success earlier, now laughing at her and saying, "See how the wine dropped it." Discord started increasing in the family. The wife started feeling sad and started running away from the child and father. This is the result of intoxication. It breaks the whole family, not just the person. Gradually, Sudhakar Sen's downfall was such that all his glory got mixed in the dust. The businessman who once used to make the biggest deals of the city, now, in a state of intoxication, he used to stagger in the streets. His eyes were gleaming. The speech had faltered, and the body kept trembling. The family tried to convince him many times. The wife said with tears, "Lord, this wine is eating you. The future of your children is going in the dark." But the slave of intoxication cannot even hear the call of love. He says, "Hey, this is my friend. This is what removes my sorrow." But the truth was that the same wine had become the root of his sorrows. The business sank. The house was mortgaged. The friends went away, and the servants also left. In the streets, where people once used to take his name with respect, now children pointing towards him and say, "This is the same Sudhakar Sen whom alcohol made a beggar." The Guru told the disciples, "This is the nature of intoxication. It promises the first pleasure. Then, slowly, it takes away your conscience. After losing conscience, man loses his power, his family." Sudhakar Sen's fall was not only his personal misery, but also the suffering of his family and society. His wife's face was full of tears. The children were ashamed to see the father, and his name in the society became the cause of ridicule. The Guru said, "So I have warned you to avoid intoxication. Those who think we will control are the biggest fools, because gradually intoxication controls them." Buddha had said that alcohol takes away the memory and consciousness of man, and over whom there is no right of memory and consciousness, he becomes misguided. That is why, if you want true happiness, then adopt restraint. The story of Sudhakar Sen teaches us that the real glory of the world is not in external wealth, but in internal restraint. He who takes care of his conscience is a true merchant, because he deals with the soul, and the soul is dealt with truth and awakening, not from intoxication. Long time ago, two woodcutters lived in a village situated in the foothills. One's name was Thagapel, and the other was named Virashwar. Both belonged to poor families and used to go to the forest every day, cut trees, and sell wood in the market to feed their families. Jagapal was hard-working, but it was always in his mind that only constant hard work is the key to success. He used to think that the more time he works, the more he earns. Due to this thinking, he used to use an axe from morning till night. His hands would have blisters, his back would be bent. But he didn't stop. Vireshwa, on the other hand, was equally hardworking. But there was one more thing in that. He not only works, but also takes time to sharpen his axe in between. When Jagged Paul saw him, he would laugh and say, "Oh fool, you waste time. When you give your axe edge, I cut 2 more trees. See, one day I will earn more than you." Vereshwa smiles and says in a calm voice, "Brother, work is not done only by strength, but with the edge of understanding and means. If the tool becomes blunt, then the hard work is doubled and the fruit is reduced to half." But Jagged Paul would ignore his words. Days passed. Every day, Jagged Paul would sweat and try to cut more trees. But gradually, his body's strength started decreasing. His axe was blunt, so it would take him several hours to fell a tree. He thinks, "Tired, I work so hard, yet why doesn't money come?" On the other hand, Vereshwar used to work only for some time during the day, but his sharp axe would have dropped the tree in a single blow. When both of them reached the market in the evening, people saw that Jagged Paul's car had less than half the wood, while Vereshwar's car was full of wood. Seeing this, jealousy arose in Jagged Paul's mind. He wondered, how is this possible? I knock day and night, but how does this lazy bring more wood? One day, he asked Vereshwar in anger, "How do you do this miracle after all? You stop several times a day. He sits for hours and still gets twice the result from you." Vereshwar said in a calm voice, "Brother, when you are busy with work, at that time I sharpen my axe. No matter how hard you work with a blunt tool, the result will be limited. But when the tool is sharp, then even less hard work gives more result." When Vereshwar told this secret to Jagged Paul, at first he took it lightly, but when he looked at his life, he felt the truth. His body was constantly broken by hard work. Hands and feet were trembling. The back was bent and the eyes were always tired. He felt as if his inner passion and energy had gradually run out. On the contrary, Vereshwar's body was tight. His heart was happy, and he would go to the forest every day with new enthusiasm. That's when he started to understand that in reality, not only work is enough, but the method of working is also important. One day, he returned to his house and said to his wife, "I have only learned to use an axe for the rest of my life, but never learned to sharpen the axe. Perhaps this was my biggest mistake. I don't bring it if my intellect becomes blunt. No matter how hard work, happiness, and peace cannot be found in life." Hearing this, Jagged Paul's eyes tears. When the Guru narrated the story to the disciples, he said that this axe is only a symbol. In life, every man moves an axe, some in business, some in study, some in service, some in spiritual practice. What is the means? Great works are also accomplished in this. Then the Guru preached the Buddha's sermon. The food containing the food containing the viharas. The dream with the dream that is. The one who is balanced in the diet of the diet. The same one transcends the sorrows. The Guru explained that in life, not only hard work, but also balance, meditation are necessary. Just like Virashwa used to get double the fruit in half the time by giving the axe edge. In the same way, the seeker attains success and peace in life by making his mind sharp with meditation and restraint. Long time ago, there was a prosperous city named Chandangpur, where the rivers flowed yesterday. Gold was produced in the fields, and there was hustle and bustle in the markets. The king of that city was Rajendra Varman, who was considered unique in power and might. He roared like a lion in the battlefield and sat like a just lion in the assembly. His fame had spread far and wide that this king listens to the sufferings of the subjects and is ready for their welfare. But there was a shortcoming within him. He considered his faith and his religion as the best. When any other sect or monk came to the court, the king would laugh in satire and say, "The truth is only in my tradition. Everything else is a lie and an illusion." Because of this, many times disputes arose in his court. The Brahmins who sang the Vedas would argue with the Buddhist monks, and the Jain monks would argue with them. Sometimes the king would get involved in these debates and say harsh words. Gradually, the feeling of intolerance started spreading in the city. People started thinking that what is not a follower of my religion is wrong. Fights began to escalate in the families. There was discord in the localities, and there was an atmosphere of ridicule in the temples. Seeing this, many intelligent people got worried that if the king did not change his attitude, then this city, which was once a symbol of unity and peace, would be shattered from within. One day, a quiet and stunning monk came to the city. His name was Subhadra Sita. If they walked, it was as if the shadow of peace would move with them. If you spoke, compassion would be reflected in the speech. People would calm down only after seeing the aura of his face. When he reached the Raja Sabha, the king also respected him. But I was thinking in my mind that this too must have come to implicate me in my opinion. The people sitting in the meeting were also curious as to what education these monks will give now. Subhadrusa smiled and said, "Maharaja, I have heard that you consider your opinion to be true, and everyone else calls it untrue. Is this fair?" The king said, with a little pride, "Because truth is only one, and he is in our religion." The monk said softly, "Sir, do you believe that only those stars shine in the sky that you see, or it is also possible that countless stars are shining beyond your eyes?" The king remained silent for a few moments, then said, "Yes, it is possible The monk said that religion is also like this. The path you see through your eyes can be true, but that does not mean that other paths are false. Just as different rivers flow from different directions and finally join the ocean, similarly, different religions and traditions are found in the ocean of truth. No path is false, as long as he is leading the soul towards well-being and peace. There was silence in the meeting after hearing the voice of Subhadra Siddha Bhiksu. Rajendra Varman, who was still full of pride, bowed his eyes. For the first time, he felt that perhaps he remained only a prisoner of his own point of view till now. The monk further said, Maharaj, if a blind person touches the trunk of the elephant and says that the elephant is like a rope, and the other touches its feet and says that the elephant is like a pillar, then will we call someone a liar? No, both are telling the truth to their own extent, but the whole truth is greater than that which can fit in their limited vision. Same is the case with religion. Every religion touches the truth with some part or the other, but the whole truth cannot be limited in one opinion. Hearing this, the king's heart trembled. He saw that due to him, division and intolerance had increased in the city. Those scenes floated before his eyes. When people in the localities were fighting in the name of religion, families were falling apart and the peace of the city was breaking. He descended from the throne and bowed at the feet of the monk and said, Gurudev, I have committed a great crime out of ignorance. I knew that only my path was the truth, but you opened my eyes. Now I pledge that all religions will get equal respect in Chandampur. Temples, vihars, stupas, and apushrayas will all get the protection of the state. From here, no person will insult the faith of the other, because insult is not only of truth, but of ignorance. The monk put the hand of compassion on the king's head and said, Maharaj, this is the true religion. Tolerance does not make anyone's wall. It is a bridge. The religion that creates hatred is not religion. The religion that destroys the path of others is not religion. Dharma is that which purifies man from within and leads him towards love and compassion. At that very moment, the king issued a decree that every tradition in the city would have equal rights. After that, a new era started in Chandanpur. Those who used to fight earlier started joining each other's festivals. Peace and harmony returned to the city, even after years. People used to say that all this change happened on the day when the king gave up his pride and accepted the truth. When the Guru was narrating this story to the disciples, he said that the person who sticks to his opinion is a slave of ignorance. The person who gives respect to the path of others is also a seeker of truth. This education gives us the story of the king of Handump, that the biggest religion in life is compassion. And the greatest virtue is tolerance. A long time ago, there lived a prosperous merchant in the city of Avantika, whose name was Dharmanath. He was famous for his business far and wide. But more than that, people praised him for his honesty and sweet nature. There was no dearth of happiness and wealth in his house, and his wife, Miralini, was said to be the epitome of beauty and virtue. Even after many years of marriage, the life of both was full of love and faith. But the doubt hidden within man sometimes acts as a poison. One day, when Dharmanath was returning from a business trip, he heard some people talking among themselves in the city. Someone was saying that nowadays the merchant's wife keeps looking very well outside the window of the palace. Maybe she waits to meet someone. Someone laughed and said that this is what happens in rich families. When the husband is away, the woman's mind starts wandering. Hearing these things, Dharmanath's heart trembled. For the first time in his mind, the seed of doubt towards his wife fell. He kept thinking along the way, is it possible that Miranalin is not loyal to me? Does he have anyone else in his mind? The tree of faith that had stood within him for years suddenly wobbled. On reaching home, Mrinalin warmly welcomed him. He washed his feet, got food, and started massaging oil to relieve the fatigue of the journey. But Dharmanath's mind was no longer pure. The suspicion hidden within him started looking for faults in every action. When he saw his wife doing makeup in front of the mirror, the mind said that this decoration is not for me, but for anyone else. When he saw his wife peeping out the window, he said that he is waiting for someone else to come. Even when the wife laughed and said something to her, she felt that there was some secret behind this laugh. Slowly, his face began to harden. The speech became dry and the behavior cooled down. Mrinalin could not understand why this sudden change has come in the heart of her beloved husband. She repeatedly asks Swami, "Why are you so silent and sad? Was there any problem with the trip?" But Dharmanath does not say anything. His mind was divided into two parts. One part says that your wife is holy. His love is true. The second part does not say that he has betrayed you. This inner conflict started burning him inside. Days passed, and Dharmanath's suspicion kept increasing. He decided many times in his mind that he would ask a direct question to the wife. But every time, his ego and fear would stop him. Finally, one day, when he returned home, he saw that Mrinalin was talking to someone. In fact, she was discussing with the old maid of the neighborhood about her domestic work. But seeing Dharmanath from a distance, he was confused that she was talking to a stranger man. His anger flared up. He came in and without thinking anything, started speaking harsh words. "Mrinalin, I gave you the confidence, assigned the honor of the house, and you made someone else yours. Woman, You have broken my faith." Mrinalin was shocked to hear this. Tears welled up from his eyes. He folded his hands and said, "What is Swami talking about? My life is bound at your feet. I wait for you day and night. I am prosperous for you. If ever I look through the window, only to see if you are returning. Everything you thought is a misconception, but even a mind full of doubts finds truth to be false." Dharmanatha did not believe him. Then the maid present in the meeting went ahead and said, "Swami, I am the person with whom your wife was talking. I am not a stranger. You tell me, if a woman consults in her household chores, is it a sin? Your wife is holy. You have done injustice to him." Hearing this, Dharmanov's face turned white. He felt as if the earth would burst and he would get absorbed in it. He had tarnished the greatest faith of his life at his own hands. He wept bitterly and fell at the feet of his wife and said, "Mrinalin, forgive me. I doubted your pure love, which is the biggest crime. Doubt is like a termite that slowly eats up the roots of the relationship. If I had not known the truth today, I might have burnt my own house." Mrinalin said with teary eyes, "Swami woman's biggest ornament is her husband's faith. If this is broken, then all the makeup is in vain. I am glad that you have seen the truth in time." After this, Dharmanath called the people of the city and said in the meeting, "Today I have felt that doubt is worse than fire. Fire only burns the house, but suspicion consumes both the heart and the relationship. Whoever loves his loved ones should always keep the lamp of faith lit." When the Guru used to narrate this story, "Then doubts tell the disciples are the root of sorrow. Where there is faith, there is love, and where there is love, there is peace. He who learns to believe in his loved ones is really happy." A long time ago, some young monks sat in an ancient monastery. All of them were asking the question to the Guru that why does sorrow come in life? Why every person, whether a king or an ordinary person, has to face pain at some point or the other. The Guru was sitting in a calm posture. There was deep compassion in his eyes, and his voice was sweet. He said that no one can escape from Vatsan. He who is born must experience milk, whether you wanted him or not. Life will give you moments at some point when you are broken. The question is not why does suffering come? The question is, how do you see that misery? If you consider him an enemy, he will break you. If you consider him a guru, he will make you. Hearing this from the Guru, a disciple said, "Gurudev, can sorrow really make us strong? I have seen that people break in sorrow. Their hopes are lost, and they are detached from life." The Guru smiled and said, "Yes, it is true that some people break in sorrow. But the reason for this is their attitude, not sadness. The person who thinks that I am unfortunate. Why did this happen to me? He becomes the slave of sorrow. And the person who thinks that this misery has come to teach me something, he becomes the master of sorrow. For example, a sword is made by putting iron in the fire and by beating it again and again. In the same way, only misery makes a man. If there was no sorrow, neither Buddha would have arisen, nor Mahavira, nor the story of a great man would have been clocked. Suffering is the soil from which the lotus of the soul blooms. The Guru narrated a parable. He said that two farmers lived in a village. The crop dried up due to famine in both the fields. The first farmer kept crying. He kept cursing his fate and eventually died of hunger. The other farmer was also sad, but he thought that famine is not my enemy, but a challenge. He dug a pond, collected rainwater, and grew a plentiful crop the next year. Look, Vatson's sorrow came in the lives of both, but one considered him an enemy and was destroyed. The other considered him a guru and became successful. That is the difference between approach. The disciples were listening with deep attention. The guru further said that the first truth of life is sorrow. Birth is misery, old age is sorrow, disease is sorrow, death is sorrow. Even the separation from the beloved is misery, and the meeting with the unpleasant is also sad. It is sad to not fulfill desires, and even after the desires are fulfilled, the fear of losing them is sorrow. But nothing will happen by running away from this misery. This sorrow comes to teach us that we wake up from within. Let us understand that the outside world is temporary and the real support is within us. Unless you understand sorrow, you will not understand life. Hearing the words of the Guru, another disciple asked, "When Gurudev comes, when the smoke comes?" The man cries and breaks. Sometimes blames others. Why all this? The Guru said, because man thinks that happiness is permanent. When happiness comes, he wants to hold her. And when sorrow comes, he wants to drive her away. But the truth is that neither happiness is permanent nor sorrow. Both keep on coming and going as the chariots keep changing. Winter comes and goes. Summer comes and goes. The rain comes and goes. Similarly, happiness and sorrow in life come and go. Buddha had said that anatam, saram, anatam means everything is eternal. If you understand this truth, sorrow will not break you. After this, the Guru gave another example. He said, imagine that someone caught you a branch full of counts. You think that it is my duty to hold it. Slowly, the thorns prick in your hands. Blood comes out and you do it with pain. Now the question is, did that branch give pain or the insistence of your catch? If you leave him, the pain will end. In such a life, most of the sorrows arise from our catch. We hold on to the memories. We hold on to expectations. We hold our ego. Learn to leave them, then peace will come. The disciples bowed their heads and said that Gurudev, now we understand that the cause of misery is not outside within us. The Guru looked at him with compassion and said, Vats, this is the biggest secret of life. The outside world only gives opportunity, but the seed of sorrow is born from within. If the mind is restrained, if the intellect is aware, then no external situation can shake us. The person who understands sorrow becomes really free. The master remained silent for a while. The disciples were staring at him. He became an education for him as silence. Then slowly the Guru said, Have you ever experienced that when the sky is cloudy, we think that the sun is covered? But does the sun ever really cover? No, the sun stays there. Only clouds cover our eyes. Similarly, when sorrow comes in life, we feel that peace and joy have been lost. But the truth is that bliss exists within. Only clouds of our thoughts and illusions cover him. If you have patience and wait, the sun appears as soon as the clouds leave. In the same way, happiness manifests itself as soon as the sorrow is sorted out. The disciples were astonished to hear this simile of the Guru. He thought that really sorrow is not permanent, but we consider it permanent and make it a burden in our heart. The Guru further said, Remember that sorrow becomes poison only when you oppose it. If you accept it, then that sorrow can become nectar. Someone told me that a woman had gone mad, crying over the death of her son. She would go to every door and say that someone should give me such medicine by which my son will be alive. People considered him mad, but one day some intelligent person said, You go to Buddha. The woman went to Buddha and repeated the same prayer. Buddha said, Vasa, I will give you medicine. But the condition is that you should bring me a mustard seed from that house where no one has ever died. The woman happily left, but in every house he heard that yes, there has been a death here. When she finally returned, she had tears in her eyes, but there was understanding in her heart. He bowed at the feet of Buddha and said that Gurudev, now I have understood that death is universal. Not only happened to me, I won't cry now. Look, the sorrow ends where the acceptance is born. The Guru further said, Understand one more thing. Grief also teaches us what is real in life and what is dear craving. When everything is going well, we think that this is everything. We are filled with ego and think that all this will never go away. But when sorrow comes and all this is snatched away, that's when we understand that it was all temporary. Suffering tears our veil of attachment and shows us naked truth. That's why smoke is not really bad, but a compassionate teacher. The guru narrated a story from his life. Said, when I was young, I was also cheated by a friend. I cried, angry, and thought that I would not trust anyone anymore. But time taught that if I had been sitting holding that friend's deceit, I would have become an object of bitterness. I left him and learned to forgive. That's when I understood that Duke comes to teach us the art of forgiveness. If someone had not cheated on us in life, we might never have learned to forgive. The Guru asked the disciples sitting in the meeting that, do you know why the ocean is so huge? Because he absorbs every river, whether it is dirty or clean. If he had said that I would take only clean rivers, he would never have expended so much. This is what misery teaches us, to accept everyone. When you learn to adopt every situation of life, then your heart becomes as big as the ocean. Tears started flowing from the eyes of a disciple sitting in the meeting. He said, Gurudev, now I feel that my heart has lightened. For so long I was mourning the death of my father. I felt that a great injustice had been done to me. But now I understand that it didn't happen only to me. This is the nature of life. And if I accept it, I can be free from within. The Guru looked at him with compassion and said that this understanding is the biggest treasure of life. When you know that suffering is not eternal, but only temporary, then stability comes within you. Then, no matter how many storms you see in life, you remain firm from within. Looking carefully at the disciples, the Guru said that Vatsa's sorrow is not only an object to endure, it is an object of recognition. If you understand what misery is, you will see that it always leads you to some deep truth. Look, when the child is born, the mother suffers, but the same pain gives birth to life. Similarly, when a new form of the soul is born, there is still pain. Every sorrow gives a new birth within you. The question is whether you get nervous seeing that pain, or consider it the role of a new birth. The Guru told a story. He said that long ago there was a young man in a village who was named Vivekananda. He loved life very much and always laughed. But suddenly his parents died. He broke down and started thinking, what is the point of living now? He cried day and night and cursed himself that he did not take good care of his parents. Then one day he went to a saint and said, Gurudev, my heart is bursting with sorrow. I want peace. The saint looked at him and said, that your parents gave birth to you, raised you, taught you. Will you forget all this and see only his death? Why don't you live their life within you? The reason for your sorrow is not his death, but the attachment within you. Death has knocked you to teach that life is priceless. Learn to live every moment. That day, Vivekananda understood that sorrow had come to teach him to live. The Guru said that when you lose a loved one, your heart becomes empty. You consider that emptiness as a curse, but that emptiness is the door of meditation. That is what gives you this opportunity to go in and find the peace that is not dependent on any relationship, anything, any situation. This is the real secret of sorrow. It turns us inward. Outside things are left so that we can see our inner treasure. A disciple asked Gurudev, "Is it possible that we may be completely free from suffering?" The Guru said that it is not possible to be completely free from suffering because it is part of life. But yes, it is possible to be free from the bondage of sorrow. As there is a storm in the sea, but there is peace in the depths of the sea. If you live on the surface, you will drown in the waves. If you go deep, you will find peace. This is meditation. Whether there is sorrow or happiness in life, you stay calm from within. Then you will not move even in sorrow. The Guru gave another parable to the disciples. Said once a seeker went to his Guru and said, "Gurudev, there is a lot of sorrow in my life. I want to get rid of it." The Guru gave him a bowl and said, "Put salt in it and fill the water." The seeker did this. The master said, "Now drink it." The seeker drank and said, "Gurudev, this is very bitter." The Guru smiled and said, "Now let's go to the riverbank." After reaching there, the Guru said, "Now put the same amount of salt in this river and drink water." The seeker did it and said, "Gurudev, its taste is sweet." The Guru said that Vatsa sorrow is like salt. It neither increases nor decreases. It remains the same. The only difference is the character. If your heart is small, then sorrow feels unbearable. If your heart is huge, then the same sorrow seems to be insignificant. So make the heart as big as the sea. There was silence in the meeting. Every disciple was shaken from within. The Guru said, "This is the reason why I had said in the beginning that sorrow is your Guru, not your enemy. It comes to teach you the lesson of strength, patience, and equality. Don't run away from it when the next time comes. Welcome him and say, 'You have come to teach me something.' Then the look of sorrow will change. He will not bring you down, but will pick you up." The Guru paused his speech. The disciples were taking his words into his heart. The sun was slowly setting in the sky. The golden rays were spreading all around, as if nature itself is also confirming the speech of the Guru. Friends, have you ever wondered what is the thing that goes on inside us all the time? One who never sits silent, who sometimes becomes happy with someone's words and sometimes gets angry on the pointless thing. Yes, I am talking about our mind. The mind is such an invisible tool that does not appear, but makes our whole life dance. It is the mind that makes us love, makes us hate, laughs, makes us cry, and sometimes it takes us away from ourselves. But have you ever stopped and seen deeply what this mind does? After all, the mind is the door through which our thoughts, our feelings, and our desires are inside and out. And if this door is open and there is no guard on it, then whatever air comes from outside will enter us directly, good or bad. Because of this mind, in the same situation, a person smiles and some cries. And this is the mind that traps us in the past or drowns us in the worry of the future. When we say that my heart is broken, in reality, that heart is not there. It is the mind that breaks. And when we say that I am happy, then that happiness is also a state of mind somewhere. But friends, the real question is not what does the mind do? The real question is, do we know our mind? Have we ever asked him straight and asked, what are you doing? No. Mana is a very smart artist. It keeps you engaged in some acting on stage all the time. If someone praises you, the mind does not swell. But if the same person criticizes you, then the mind is filled with bitterness. Now think how the mind swells in a moment and it also becomes a thorn. It is not his strength, but our inattention that we do not recognize it. Now the question comes, is the mind our enemy? No, friends, the mind is neither an enemy nor a friend. It's just a force that comes the way we run. If you drive it consciously, the same mind will lead you to meditation, peace, and understanding. But if you hand him over to feelings, desires, and ego, then understand that he will lead you to confusion and sorrows. Just like if a fast car is in the hands of a qualified driver, it will go in the right direction. But if Anad is in his hands, then an accident can happen. Now, let's understand with an example. If a child starts crying while lying on the ground when a toy breaks, do you blame him? No, because you know that his mind is still not mature. But when a big man breaks down on small things, becomes unhappy, jealous, isn't he a child? Yes, the difference is that his body has grown, but the mind is stuck in the same place. If this mind continues in its own way, then a person can never be stable, because this mind is never satisfied. It always needs something. Sometimes in money, sometimes in respect, sometimes in love, sometimes in power. And as soon as nothing is found, the mind becomes restless. This restlessness gradually becomes a concern, then depression, and then, one day, the same person gets tired of his life. That is why it is necessary that we understand the mind, recognize and befriend it. But it is not that blind friendship that leaves everything to his will. Rather, a conscious friendship that can direct him. Friends, now calm down for a moment and look at the antics of your mind. Missed something, liked it, smiled. Somebody said something, it felt bad. face changed. Somebody prays, chest wide. Some give interruption, mind sad. Isn't it? This mind keeps reacting to everything without your permission. Now think, what if every part of your body starts moving with your mind? Without raising the hand, without reason, without running the feet, what will happen? Chaos. Then, when the mind itself runs here and there without control, how will life remain calm? This is the reason that today's man first seems to be defeated by his mind. He can have everything: wealth, relationship, opportunity, but if the mind is not stable, then everything seems incomplete. This is the reason that the biggest discovery in the world should no longer be outside, but on the inner side. The biggest trick of the mind is that it always assures you that changing something outside will make everything good. Change job, change city, change relationship. But the truth is that as long as the mind is the same, change anything outside, the result will be the same: dissatisfaction. Friends, real peace is not in outside occasions, but in silence of the mind. When the mind is calm, then even small things bring depth in life. But when the mind is disturbed, then even big achievements seem empty. Now think, where did this mind come from? Itself. How was it born? In fact, this mind is made up of your experiences, memories, sanskars, and fantasies. This is a museum filled with things for years. Fears of childhood, dreams of adolescence, failures of youth, and thoughts of now. The mind captures everything and then thinks, fears, loves on the basis of it. If someone cheats you once in your mind, then next time that mind will say itself, be careful. Now that person can be someone else, but the mind will look at him with the same eyes as the old deceiver. This is the reason why we are not able to experience anyone new completely. Because our mind is already sitting by deciding what is right, what's wrong. The decision that this haste is the biggest illusion of the mind, and the first step to break this illusion is to see. Yes, just watch. When a feeling arises, sorrow, anger, fear, look at it. Do not live. When some happiness comes, look at it. Don't hold it. Recognize it when an idea returns again and again. Do not fight. The habit of seeing this is the beginning of freedom from the slavery of the mind and the one who is able to see. Slowly sits on top of the mind. That is what becomes a witness. The power of this witnessing spirit is so much that once one experiences it, his life is not a puppet in someone else's hands. He knows what the situation is, how his mind will react, and then he chooses in which mood he has to live. This is internal freedom. We often think that the outside environment makes us sad, but the truth is that outside things are only spark. Fire is already present within us, and that fire is dissatisfaction, comparison, expectation, and fear. When we recognize them, nothing outside can burn us. Whether someone criticizes or appreciates, the mind remains calm. This is not a miracle. This is a practice. And this practice can only do those who dare to descend within themselves for a while every day. The outside world is easy to understand. There is Google, there are books, there are teachers, but no one else to understand your inner world. It's only you. And when you start sitting with yourself, without phone, without noise, without running, then your mind will be surprised for the first time. He will feel what is happening because he has never seen you sitting quietly. He will scare you, bring old things, make plans, but you just see. This is the moment from where the real journey begins. Friends, the biggest trick of the mind is that it assures you that you are incomplete until this thing is found. Sometimes he tells you that you have to be better than others, and sometimes he says that what you have is not enough. And this feeling pushes us into the race. Compared, competition, appearance. Then we pledge our peace and run after those things which give relief to the mind for a while, but never lasting peace. Now think, brother, you bought something, your mind was happy. But after a few days, the same thing started feeling stale. Then another thing is needed. Then another compliment. Then new relationship. Then new dream. And this cycle continues. This is the same race that gives tiredness, but not the destination. And when you get tired, the mind says that maybe there is something missing in you. And then you start cursing yourself. This whole process becomes a trap that makes it difficult to get out. But friends, this is where we can stay and hold our mind for the first time. Like a thief has been entering the house again and again. But one day you stand at the door and ask, "What do you need now?" This is the first moment when the mind feels helpless. Now just imagine this mind which pulls you every day in some direction or the other. Is he your friend or boss? If he was your friend, he would have wanted you, calms you down, but when he becomes the master, he uses you of his own free will. And this is where sadhana begins. Sadhana does not mean that you go to the forest or leave the world. This means that you make a center within yourself for the first time. A place where you can see every game of the mind. When an idea returns again and again, you should not be afraid of it, but welcome it. Like an old acquaintance comes to visit again and again. When a feeling arises from inside, like anger, jealousy, sorrow, do not try to stop it. Rather ask, "Why have you come?" When you ask questions, the mind does not answer. He himself shrugs, because the game of the mind goes on as long as you believe in it. But as soon as you start looking at him, he starts weakening. And this art of seeing is called introspection. This is the first step, the journey that leads the person from the outside world to the inner world. And friends, believe me, the one who has seen his inner world once, then the outside world does not find it as grand. The biggest weakness of the mind is that it has repeatedly lived in the past or gets lost in the future. He will say that you were sad earlier. Now it will happen again. Or if it doesn't happen, then everything will go wrong. But the truth is that in the present, the mind has no strength, because the present can only be experienced, can't be thought of, and that is why meditation, prayer, silence all bring you to the present. When you are completely with your breath or looking at the tear falling like a pearl, at that moment, the whole plan of the mind stops. This is the place where a person connects with his inner power, and that power has no name. It is neither a religion, nor a deity, nor an ideology. It is just a silence, an energy. There is a clarity. The same clarity shows that you are the one you have been looking for, out for so many years, outside. And then you understand that the mind was never the enemy. He was just a child looking at your attention, your love, and your awareness. But as long as you kept running outside, he kept crying inside. And when you stopped, he smiled and said, "Now you have come back late." Friends, when we try to understand the mind, then another truth comes out. That the mind always wants to be something or the other. Sometimes he says, "You be strong." Sometimes it says, "You should look better than others." Sometimes you have to do something so that people remember you. If this desire of the mind is seen carefully, then all this arises only from the feeling of one deficiency. The way I am is not enough. This deficiency keeps a person restless all the time. Now look, brother, when you were in school, my mind used to say that bring good marks so that everyone praises. When you reached college, Mon said that you have to make the best career. Where did you get the job? Now home, car, respect is needed. Still, when I got all that, my mind said, now something else is needed, and this race never ends. As long as the mind feels that it is incomplete, it will keep searching outside, and this search is its biggest illusion. Because what we look for outside is never found. Just as a person finds a drop of water in the desert, he will get a dear murchika, not true water. In the same way, until we do not understand that this feeling of incompleteness has been created by the mind itself, till then we will be trapped in its trap. Friends, what if I say that the biggest obstacle in your life is not any situation, luck, or people, but your own mind? We fight outside day and night to earn money, to earn a name, to move forward. But the real battle is in, where fear, anger, and greed keep you imprisoned every day. And this is where the journey of Siddharth inspired begins. A place where stories are not just heard, but felt. Where every word has the power to change your way of thinking, and every learning takes you closer to your real form. If you want to be the person who wins, not with circumstances, but with your mind, then this journey is for you. Friends, do you know that whatever happens in our life is the root cause of our state of mind? Sometimes this mind remains calm, and sometimes it creates turmoil like waves. Many people believe that the solution to the difficulties of life should be found in the outside world, but in reality, the whole fight is within. If the mind becomes stable, then no matter what the circumstances, the person remains comfortable and balanced. When the mind disintegrates, it first affects our thoughts, then the effect of those thoughts on our feelings, and ultimately on our entire lifestyle. Sometimes this mind becomes so disturbed that even the body does not allow rest. When we go to bed at night, we hope that the body will get rest and sleep will give us a new energy. But if thousands of thoughts are running in the mind, then sleep runs away. Friends, let us tell you a story, because stories are the means that most easily open the doors of the heart and mind, and bring knowledge directly to our mind. Once upon a time, there lived a person in a city who did not lack anything in life. He had a lot of money. It was a luxurious house. There was a long queue of servants, and every facility was which even the common people could not imagine. People used to think that this man would definitely be very happy because he has everything. But the truth was that his life was filled with such a shortcoming. He could not completely hide it, even if he wanted to. That was the lack of restful sleep. Every night, when there was silence all around, and people would get lost in the world of their dreams, he opened his eyes on the bed and kept changing sides here and there. The expensive beds, silk sheets, soft pillows, nothing could reduce his restlessness. Sleep used to come to her, but as soon as she was deep, she would suddenly break, and then she kept staring at the ceiling for hours. This cycle was going on not for months, but for years. He called the best doctors and hakims of the city. Someone said that it is because of the increase in heat in the body. So someone said that this is a stomach upset. Some gave the recipe of precious herbs, and some sent expensive medicines. He tried everything, but nothing lasted. He was getting more and more irritable. Dark circles were increasing under his eyes, and his mind started getting more tired by getting entangled in small things of every day. This lack of sleep was now affecting his business, relationship, and health as well. One day, a unique discussion broke out in his ears. Someone told him that outside the city, an old sannyasi lives on the side of a quiet forest. It was said that that sannyasi is adept not only in understanding the secrets of mind and thoughts, but also in giving deep peace to the mind. Whoever learned something from him, he started feeling a strange spontaneity and balance in his life. Suddenly, a ray of hope arose inside that person. He decided that he himself would go and meet that sannyasi and tell his problem. The next morning, he sat in his chariot and left the city. The road was long, but the more he progressed, the more the environment started changing. The noise of the city was left behind, and its place was replaced by the melodious sounds of the birds and the light rustling of the wind. Through a narrow trail, he reached a place where a small hut was built among the dense trees. Outside the hut, an old man was plucking some wood, sitting on the ground in simple clothes. There was such a calmness on his face that it seemed as if he was absorbed in some deep meditation, even if he is doing simple work. The man got down from the chariot and politely went to him and said, "I need your help. I have not been able to sleep peacefully for a long time. I tried every treatment, but to no effect." There was deep compassion in his eyes. He smiled and said, "The cure for your problem is not in medicine. It is in your mind. If the mind is stable, then sleep comes automatically. But even the best bed cannot call him if the mind is scattered." The man was somewhat surprised. He thought that sleep is the way to get rid of the body's fatigue. What is its relation to the mind? He asked the sannyasi, "Do you want to say that my thoughts are the cause of my sleep problem?" The old man shook his head and said that the mind keeps running even at night, so the body does not get rest. You might have never noticed that whatever you think during the day affects the sleep of the night. If you spend the whole day in worry, greed, anger, or restlessness, then the same waves will surround you in the night too. Saying this, the old man signaled him to sit nearby and said, "You stay here with me tonight. I will tell you one way, but you have to follow it wholeheartedly." The man agreed because now he wanted to get sleep at all costs. He started spending the rest of the day near the hut there. He saw that the life of the old man was very simple. Get up in the morning before the sun rises, take a bath on the banks of the river, meditate for some time, and then do the rest of the day with ease. That day after sunset, the old man took him inside the hut. He said that you will do something special before sleeping, to express my gratitude for whatever happened throughout the first day. Second, bring within yourself the feeling that you are safe now. And third, to imagine a quiet, beautiful scene in your mind, such as the green meadow, the blue sky, and the light, cool breeze. He said that it is necessary to feel this imagination. Don't just watch like you're really in that place. That man did the same. He slowly closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and expressed his gratitude for every incident of the day. Then he imagined a huge field in his mind in which he is alone, but completely calm and satisfied. Slowly, his mind became lighter, and it was not known when his breathing became deep, and he went into deep sleep. When the first ray of morning came in through the window of the hut, the person woke up with a different experience. For years, he had not felt such freshness and lightness. The sleep was so deep that I could not even remember any dream in the night. And as soon as I woke up in the morning, there was a strange happiness and peace in my mind. He looked around. Outside the hut, dewdrops were shining on the leaves of the trees, and a melodious song of birds was being heard somewhere far away. All this seemed to him as if he had entered another world where there was no running, worry, or noise. He immediately went to the old man and said, "I can't believe that I have been able to sleep so well after so many years. How was this possible?" The old man smiled lightly and said, "This is not the result of a miracle, but the effect of your own mind. What you did last night was your subconscious mind. There was a new message for that. Now you are safe. Now you are safe. When the mind believes that everything is fine, then the body automatically goes into deep sleep." The person now wanted to know more. The old man said in a serious tone, "If you make it not just a habit, but a part of life, then yes. So you have to change your whole day, not just the night." The old man said, "Medicate your thoughts throughout the day. Every time you find yourself in tension or anger, stop and take deep breaths and tell yourself, 'I am safe. I am calm.' Gradually, this message will go deep within you, and then you will not need to call sleep at night. She will come on her own." The man decided to stay there for the next few days so that he could learn these things completely. He saw that the life of the old man was absolutely simple and regular. Waking up before sunrise in the morning, meditating, a little workout, then a simple meal, and spending the rest of the time in the midst of nature. He felt that one of the major reasons for his sleeplessness in the city was that his life was unbalanced. Sometimes working late at night, sometimes spending time on screen without any reason, and sometimes late at night eating heavy food. Coming here, he understood that the biggest enemy of sleep is the imbalance of the mind and the wrong routine of the body. One evening, the old man sat near him and said, "Today, I will tell you another deep method which will completely calm your mind. I call this the idea of liberation practice. When you go to bed, focus on your breath. Feel with every breath that tension is going out from within and peace is coming in with every breath. If you have any idea, don't fight it. Just let him come and go, like clouds pass through the sky. Gradually, the flow of thoughts will slow down, and you will feel yourself like a calm ocean." That person did exactly that night. He took a deep breath and felt light with every breath. Thoughts kept coming, but he did not try to catch or stop them, just kept watching. Within no time, the noise of thoughts slowed down, and a deep, steady peace engulfed his entire existence. After that, he slept as if a child sleeps in a mother's lap. A few days passed, and that person's mind and body both started feeling lighter and more alive than before. Now, the dark circles under his eyes had almost disappeared. The face was full of freshness, and, most of all, was a new energy within him. He used to think that sleep is just a way of getting rid of fatigue. But now he realized that this is the process of giving new life to the mind and soul. Every morning he would wake up without an alarm, full of freshness, and his attention remained clean and stable throughout the day. The old sannyasi called him and said, "Now, you should return to the city. But what you have learned here is not limited to the forest and peace here. It's within you. If you keep it alive in your heart and mind, you can get deep sleep and peace by staying anywhere." Then he smiled and added, "But if you returned to your old way of running, anxiety and imbalance, then your mind will again get stuck in the same confusion." The man bowed his head in gratitude. He felt that this simple old man had given him the most valuable thing. He took his way of control of his mind and returned to the city. Throughout the way, he felt that the freshness of nature had gone down inside him. The noise of the city was definitely echoing in his ears, but now he was not bothering him. After returning home, he made many changes in his life. He decided that he would sleep at a fixed time at night, will not use the screen or mobile before sleeping, and will keep a light, quiet light in your room. Most importantly, he would express his gratitude every day before sleeping. He instills the sense of security within himself and imagines the calm scenes. Even during the day, he started seeing his thoughts. Whenever a stressful or negative thought came, he would take a deep breath and tell himself, "I am calm, I am safe." Slowly, it became his habit. His friends and family members were also surprised that he no longer looked as irritable and tired as before. There was a new consistency and creativity in his work. The decisions he used to take in haste or angry earlier, now he would have taken it thoughtfully and patiently. There was a deep belief in him that he could keep his mind calm under any circumstances. After several months, one day he again went towards that forest. The old sannyasi was still there. Same calm smile, same spontaneous life. He shared his experiences and said that your lessons changed my life. Earlier, I used to think that things outside have to be changed to get happiness. But now I know that the real change starts from within. The old man smiled and said, "This is the real knowledge. One who conquers the mind conquers the world, and for the one who has attained peace within himself, sleep, peace, and happiness do not remain distant things, but always stay with him. That day, when that person was returning from the forest, he realized that the real wealth is not in wealth, but in the stability of that mind which can remain calm in any case. He decided in his mind that no matter what the situations come in life, he will never move away from this learned path, and really, sleep has never become a problem in his life after that. He sleeps every night as if a child gets lost in his mother's lap, deep and safe sleep. Once upon a time, a small village was settled in the remote hilly area. The village was surrounded by dense forests and high peaks from all sides. The people here lived a simple life. His main task was to bring wood, medicines from the forest to farming, animal husbandry, and forest. A young man lived in this village whose name was Devanj. Devanj was known throughout the village for his hard work and strength. But his biggest problem was that his mind was never stable. He was always in some worry or the other. Sometimes about the future, sometimes about the events in the past. The people of the village often say that you have power, but you are not the master of your mind. This restlessness within Devanj was from childhood. He always felt that something was missing. Something was left to be gained. And because of this feeling, he could never enjoy the present moment. When he worked in the field, he would think in his mind what to do after going home. When I was in the house, I would wonder what was left in the field. His life was as if stuck on a swing that would swing between the past and the future. But it never stayed on the present land. One day the news spread in the village that on the other side of the mountain, an old sannyasi lives in a deserted valley. Those who have the wonderful knowledge of completely calming the mind. It was said that whoever went to him would return with such stability and comfort he had never known before. Hearing this, Devanj immediately aroused a desire to meet that sannyasi and find a solution to his restlessness. The next morning, without losing time, Devanj left towards the mountain. The road was not easy. Sometimes stone slopes, sometimes narrow paths amidst dense forest, and sometimes steep climbs. On the way, he was thinking that perhaps this sannyasi will give him some herb, which will calm his mind. But there was a slight doubt inside. Can this old disease really be cured by meeting someone? After walking for hours, he reached the valley. There was an open ground between which a small hut was built. An old man was sitting on a stone in front of the hut. His clothes were plain. The face is full of wrinkles, but the eyes are deep and calm, like the stability of a vast ocean resides in them. Devanj reached him, greeted, and said, "I have been trying to calm my mind for a long time, but every time I fail. Please help me." The old man looked at him carefully for a few moments and then said, "Your mind is not calm because you want to hold him and sit. Trying to catch the mind is like trying to clench the air into a fist. The more you push, the more it will leave. Devansh was surprised to hear this. He asked, "So should I not try to stop my thoughts?" The old man smiles and said, "To stop the thoughts is like it is impossible to stop the flow of the river. But you can sit on its side and see its flow. When you just start watching, the flow doesn't affect you." Devansh understood this a little, but he was not completely convinced. He said, "Can you teach me how to do this?" The old man shook his head and said, "Stay here tonight. Tomorrow morning, I will teach you that practice. But remember, this is no quick magic. You have to be patient and be ready to adopt it." That night, Devansh rested in the valley under the starry sky. The cold wind of the mountains, the sound of prawns, and the light echo of the river coming from afar was filling his ears. This atmosphere was completely different from the running of his village. But still, when he lay down, different types of thoughts started coming in his mind. He felt that this stream of thoughts never stops at homework, farm water, old fights, and the coming season's crop. No matter how hard he tries. Slowly, his eyes closed with fatigue. But sleep was not deep. He would wake up from time to time and think that perhaps tomorrow the old man will tell him some secret from which he can really learn to live in the present. He hoped that the next day would be the first step towards changing his life. As the first light of dawn spread across the valley, a cool breeze brushed Devansh's face. He slowly got up and looked around. The sun's rays cast a golden glow on the mountain peaks. The water of the nearby river sparkled, and flocks of birds soared in the sky. This sight brought a slight sense of peace within him, but the restlessness in his heart hadn't completely subsided. He approached the old man, who was heating water by burning wood in front of the hut. The old man smiled at him and said, "Today we'll begin. But first, understand that calming your mind isn't like a war you have to win. It's like a friendship. You have to sit with your mind and understand it." Devansh asked, "So, what do I have to do?" The old man gestured for him to sit on a mat nearby and said, "Sit up straight. Keep your spine straight. Close your eyes lightly. Now, concentrate on your breathing. Don't try to make it slow or fast. Just observe it as it is." Devansh did so. Initially, he was able to concentrate on his breathing for a few moments, but soon, thoughts began to flood his mind. What would happen in the village tomorrow? Who would be tending the fields? And why was he sitting here? He thought he would stop the thoughts, but the more he tried, the more they came in. The old man realized his concentration was wandering. He said, "Don't try to stop the thoughts. Just watch them come and go, like clouds in the sky. You don't catch them. You just let them pass." Hearing this, Devansh tried again. This time, Instead of trying to stop the thoughts, he decided to observe them. After a while, he realized that the thoughts were still coming, but their impact wasn't as intense as before. The old man explained another thing during his practice. The mind is like a monkey, jumping from branch to branch. If you try to catch it, it will jump even more. But if you sit quietly and observe it, it will tire and calm down after a while. After an hour of practice, Devansh opened his eyes. His face was calm, but he was also surprised. He said, "Thoughts kept coming to my mind. But in between, there were moments when everything became quiet." This experience is new. The old man nodded and said, "This is the beginning. Don't think that thoughts will stop completely. The mind's job is to think, but you can learn not to let thoughts control you. That's true freedom." For the rest of that day, Devansh spent time with the old man in the valley. He showed him how a stream of water continues its flow, no matter what's around its stones, leaves, mud. The old man said, "Life is like that too. If you let it flow and just watch, you'll see a unique beauty in every moment. But if you insist on changing the flow, you'll get tired and lose your joy." In the evening, as the stars began to shine in the sky, the old man told Devansh to practice the same practice at night. Before going to sleep, Devansh did the same. Sitting on the mat, he watched his breath. Let thoughts come and go. Gradually, his body began to lighten. His mind began to slow, and then, as he lay down, he fell into a deep sleep. The next morning, as the first rays of the sun spread across the valley, Devansh woke from a deep and restful sleep. This sleep was different from all the nights before. No tossing and turning, no chasing after thoughts, just a long, steady rest. There was a sparkle in his eyes and a new peace on his face. He went to the old man and said, "What happened last night was amazing. It was as if someone had lifted a burden from my head. I never imagined that simply watching my breath could have such a profound impact." The old man smiled and said, "Because for the first time, you stopped forcing your mind. Peace comes only when we let go of compulsion. Remember, conquering the mind is not done by force, but by acceptance." Devansh now wanted to learn this practice deeply. He spent the next several days in the valley with the old man. During the day, they would walk in the forest, sit by the river, and observe the beauty hidden in the small aspects of life. The old man would remind him again, every moment is a gift. But we lose it because our focus is either on the past or the future. For those who remain in the present, every moment of life becomes precious. Gradually, Devansh felt a strange calmness begin to develop within him. Things that used to immediately anger him, he now simply observed them, not reacting. A sense of clarity began to emerge in his mind, like the mountains becoming clearer after the fog clears. One day, the old man said, "Now you should go back to your village. Apply what you've learned there, because the real test will be there. It's easy in the quiet here, but maintaining it amidst the crowds and noise is the true practice." Devansh bowed and left gratefully. After returning to the village, everything initially felt a little difficult. People returned to their old ways, chatting, complaining, and engaging in petty quarrels. But Devansh was different now. He observed all this, but he refused to let himself get carried away. Whenever his mind began to wander, he would pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and watch his thoughts pass, just as the old man had taught him. Gradually, the villagers also began to notice this change. They said Devansh wasn't the same as before. He no longer reacted hastily. He always responded calmly and thoughtfully. This stability of his was making him a respected figure in the village. People began to come to him with their problems, believing he would offer sound advice. Several months later, Devansh went back to that valley. The old man was there, the same calm face, the same steady eyes. He told him, "The lessons you taught me have changed my life. I used to think that to find peace, I had to change the world. But now I understand that I have to change myself, not the world." The old man nodded slightly and said, "Remember, the greatest victory in life is victory over your mind. Whoever controls his mind controls the world." Devansh resolved in his heart that he would never deviate from this path. And indeed, after that, his life took a new direction, one where there were no shackles of the past, no worries about the future, only the deep and steady current of the present in which he flowed every day.